Hey, CrossNet leaders, thanks so much for the time and energy you put into volunteering, whether it's with the Youth Center or as a mentor with our Cross Junior program. I'm so thankful for what you do. It's amazing to me. If you haven't met me, my name is Grant Gaiman. I'm the Director of Youth Programs here, and I just wanted to take a moment to share a quick video with you. Just a thought, we usually do trainings and things throughout the year. With COVID and just the season that we've been in, it's been challenging to do that. And so Shanice and I wanted to put something together just to share some thoughts with you, to encourage you, to challenge you, and also hopefully not take too much of your time. So anyway, without further ado, I wanted to share, in a minute I'm going to share with you our YouTube video. It's a quick little clip that I want to use to highlight relationship building. That's something that we want to be doing in our youth centers and our youth programs here. And so you're going to hear us say that an awful lot. And really what that means is it's moving in the direction of somebody so that they can be known, right? And so that they can feel valued, they can feel loved, they can feel cared for, right? Jesus commands us to love others, right? And we want to love others well. And so one way we can do that is just by knowing them, understanding them, learning their story, right? And so that's just what we want to be doing within our programs, is getting better at learning other people's stories. And we believe that when they feel comfortable and when they know that they're valued and they know that they're loved and they know that they're safe, then we then get a chance to share our stories or share what's important to us, what's valuable to us. And so this idea of moving towards others is something that is huge, is a huge part of relationship building. It's something we saw Jesus model when he was doing his ministry on earth. So like I said, a quick YouTube video to share with you that highlights that. I think it's a fun way to kind of engage it. This gentleman is he's a white American male who happens to be really fluent in Chinese, and so he kind of uses that to prank others. And he in this particular video, he's going to go into a Chinese restaurant. He's going to start talking in English, and you'll kind of see the staff sort of struggling to interact with him or being a little bit standoffish, and then he slips into his Chinese, and you'll see what happens. And so I hope you can enjoy this little video. It's just a couple minutes. Afterwards, I have a couple thoughts to share with you about it, and then we'll finish up our little training video here with some thoughts that Shanice wanted to share about Black History Month. So I hope you enjoy.
3, 2, 1, what's going on, everybody? It's Xiaoma. And guys, a lot of people ask me, hey Xiaoma, what is it like to get like Chinese takeout in Chinese? Just like typical, everyday, like Chinese takeout. We're just gonna go into some like typical American style, Chinese takeout restaurants and go get some food in Chinese and see what kind of an experience that is like. So yeah, if you guys like this video, remember to subscribe, and let's go get some food. Almost all of the like Chinese takeout restaurants in the United States are run by people from one particular province in China called Fujian. Most people coming from this province speak a Chinese language called Fujonese. So today we're going to be talking with them in like a mixture of Mandarin and Fujonese. Hello, hello. Oh, you guys are cash only? Okay. Do you have any recommendations for what's good? Oh, is that fried chicken too? Oh, that looks really good. 有什么好推荐吗？就是我自己的话，因为其实美式中餐我比较少吃，所以想要吃，还好吧，所以对吃拌面，有拌面吗？
你不知道拌面
啊，就拌面是那个
捞面
哦捞面，那个胡椒那个东西，那个扁的拌面，那个拌面，扁的拌在汤所以这儿没有捞面 OK 那来个捞面吧，好牛捞面可以，然后小的吧，
这里车带走，
这儿是
OK 好没问题
OK 好Diet Coke 来一个 Diet Coke 吧
OK
7块好给谢谢，还行吧
你在中国
因为我在中国待过嘛，对，一年。
你讲的这么好，
对，但是我学中文很久了，其实。对，我已经有学中文的10年经验吧，就是我08年开始学。
你在哪里学？
北京，本来是在北京学的，对。
差不多中国人。
是。没有吧？佢係廣東人。廣東人，對。
那你也會講福州話了，這麼厲害。
福州話淨係識講下，會那種你看也別講福州話。
哎呦，怕
對，還在we got你福州話，我們要講。沒。
這麼厲害了，
不敢當。
我都不好意思了，我都點
是嗎
過你的。
沒有，不敢當
這。麼久都不會講英文，
哪里？我剛才跟你講英文，我發現你英文很好啊。
我們只是這個。
特別好。
我們在這裡換位，走出這個換位。
是嗎？那炸雞你們都懂了，我看到了，對，對不對？
你很厲害，真的 number one。我跟你成為朋友是最好的。
我跟你成為朋友啊，可以啊，有微信嗎？
有啊。
加一個吧。
你教我講英文好不好？
可以啊，也可以啊，好。
真的。
我是真的，對啊，可以啊。對啊，加個朋友。
真的很厲害。
加個你掃我還是我掃你？
你殺我，我殺都是可以嗎？
好，我要遠一點，對。
哎，好了。
哎，好。
小馬。
我中文名字叫小馬。
OK，好。
可以叫我。好。
Thank you guys so much for watching that video with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I especially liked when he started speaking in Chinese, and you could see them light up, right? You could see the kind of the ice break, and there was immediate connection, and it even ended up with one of the staff members wanted to learn English from him, right? And so it just created this give and take that relationships require. That wouldn't have been there otherwise if he didn't know their language, if he wasn't able to understand their culture and kind of meet them there. And so I just think that is such a cool reminder for us in our context of serving with youth, whether it's as a mentor or youth center leader or in Cross Junior. So often we just kind of want to get in there and share our story and talk about us and talk about what's important to us. And that's valuable, and we get the chance to do that eventually. But our first step should be learning to know their story, right? The student that we're sitting across the table from, that we're walking alongside of. We should learn what makes them tick. We should learn what's important to them. What's their family life like? What's their culture like? What are some of the things that they enjoy that they're looking forward to, or whatever? Be creative. But when we can show them that we can speak their language, or that we can understand or appreciate where they're coming from, then you're going to see the walls go down, and they'll likely start to care a little bit more about where you're coming from as well. So just a quick reminder, nothing amazing or earth-shaking, but I think it's sometimes easy to forget those things. And so to kind of finish up this little video, Shanice has stepped up to share some thoughts and some reflections on Black History Month. That was back in February, not too long ago. But she just wanted to kind of give us some insight and some thoughts, what that means to her, and how she thinks that can impact our relationship building or our opportunities that we have with the students that we serve. And so I'm thankful that she took the time, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shanice, as you know. Part of this training, we wanted to talk a little bit about Black History Month, which takes place in February, kind of what it is, why it's important to me personally and to many of our students and African Americans just in general, and why it's important for us to be aware of traditions and celebrations like this as we work with very cultural diverse students. So Black History Month is specifically in February, like I said, and it is basically a month of celebration that is just highlighting what many African Americans did to work towards freedom, racial justice, equality. You hear about many African American leaders years ago, like Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, just examples of, and those stories that they went through to be able to stand up for what was right, for racial equality, even when there was a time where there was a lot of segregation and stuff, and they did not have the same rights as Caucasians did. at that time. It's something still that we're facing today, as all of you know. Racial justice, a lot of injustice have taken place this past summer and years. I mean, we hear about this stuff all the time, but Black History Month initially is to really reflect on the importance and just the struggle that many have endured in order for there to be racial equality for all people, not just white people, Black people, Hispanic, but all people, like God created each of us to be. So this is personally important to me as an African American, especially because, for one, it gives us hope. It gives me hope in knowing that I have ancestors and other leaders to look up to that really put their lives on the line for racial justice, and that they advocated for equality. And even though this is a different time, we still struggle and are wrestling with racial injustices that are taking place. And it just really gives a sense of hope. It gives us permission to continue to advocate and continue to know how far we've come, and also how much further we need to go in our country, and how we treat people, and how we interact in relationships with many people from different backgrounds, no matter what race or ethnicity you are. So it's very important. And like I said, it just brings confidence, hope, and I take a lot of pride in the fact that there are many leaders that we can look up to back then and now that, like I said, have put their lives on the line for this purpose, and just continue to educate all of us and to learn that there was a time where there was no equality, was never an option for Black people. But now, as we continue to work in this country and advocate and push for equality, it just reminds us how far we've come, and that should absolutely be celebrated. As far as why it's important for the youth and the youth center that each of us serve at, is because, like we've said in previous trainings, cultural competency is very important. It's very important no matter what race or ethnicity you are. It's part of what Jesus did as an example to us, that he did not choose one over the other, whether you're Black or white, or whether you had money or you didn't, no matter what your social status was, but he loved people. But he also took time to get to know people and to where they were coming from, what their story was. And that's important for us as youth center leaders, especially when we're working with diverse students. We have to be aware and educated about these traditions, about Black History Month, about the stories of our students and what they're facing based on their ethnicity, their race, where they're coming from, their social economic status, whether they're in poverty or middle class, whatever it may be. Cultural competency isn't just about race, it's a holistic approach. And part of that holistic approach is being reminded, for example, of a month like Black History Month, that a purpose to represent many of our students and to continue to educate them and give them hope, and also just teach them about history. So if we're aware of those things, that helps us build relationships, that opens conversations for all of us, and it really helps us connect with students. It helps us encourage students, and it helps us learn about students. And the more we learn and connect with them, we're able to love them well. We're able to serve them better. So that's why it's important, these different things. And I hope that this part of the video was helpful for you, because it is important. And not just because us as Christians, whereas yes, we all serve the Lord and we need to be an example of what Christ-like love is, but also as we look to build relationships and get to know our students better, we also need to be aware of where they're coming from personally, from their background, and how they can be different or alike with ours. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, February, Black History Month, something really to be celebrated. And I'm just thankful that I got to share this video with you to help you, if you weren't aware of it or you are aware of it, just kind of from my perspective, what it means and the importance of it in our youth center, and being aware of cultural celebrations and things nationally that are celebrated that pertain to our students. So thank you so much.